This is the hand of a man born in 1982, a hand with many special signs regarding his later life, love, career, and health. The clear palm lines, combined with the phoenix eye pattern and spiritual marks, reveal a strong, resilient person who has the ability to overcome challenges to reach success. If you're also curious to explore the secrets hidden in this hand, let's discover them together in today's video. And don't forget to hit subscribe to always stay updated with in-depth palm reading analyses that help guide your life better. Without keeping you waiting any longer, let's start the video now. First, when looking at the overall structure of your hand, it can be seen that this hand is quite long. On the hand, your finger joints are relatively round and full. Typically, people with round fingertips tend to have a high level of creativity and an innate artistic sense. If they work in creative fields, use their hands often, or engage in areas such as design or architecture, they are quite well suited. There is also a very special feature on this hand. You have a lifeline that curves steeply and extends down to the middle of the wrist. This indicates that you are someone who enjoys independent work. In life, you often like to move around, prefer freedom, and dislike restrictions. If forced to do jobs that require sitting in one place for too long or being controlled and assigned tasks by others, you will always have a certain level of resistance inside. That's why, if conditions permit, you will also consider investing or running a business. Additionally, there is another notable feature on your hand. Your thumb is quite long, even longer than the index finger. Usually, people with this characteristic are good communicators and have a harmonious nature. Therefore, pursuing business fields is also very suitable for you. However, there is a negative sign appearing on this hand. At the end of your lifeline, there is a line looping across and cutting through it. This is a sign of a major upheaval, indicating that you will certainly experience failure once in your life. Particularly at the present time, there is a branch splitting off from the lifeline, curving downward and intersected by other lines spreading diffusely around. This shows that between the ages of 40 and 45, you are encountering upheavals in your life. It can be seen that your current work situation is not truly favorable. The fate line on the lower part of your palm is quite clear, but the upper part is broken in many places. This indicates that your career is trending toward instability, and you are struggling greatly to shoulder the responsibilities of your career. There have even been periods when you fell into financial difficulties, and your love life is quite precarious. On this hand, your headline is very clear and has branches pointing upward, which indicates that you possess a consistently positive mindset. You are someone who always wants to improve yourself and harbors great ambitions. In particular, your heart line is distinct and runs straight up to the Mount of Jupiter, which further confirms that you are highly ambitious, perfectionistic, and always want your work to proceed exactly as you envision. With a heart line running straight like this, it also carries another meaning. You are a very straightforward person. In work, you are not the type to daydream or fantasize, but are always realistic. However, sometimes this straightforwardness can affect your love life, making you somewhat dry and cold. People with a heart line running horizontally like this often have very strong wills. In addition, there is another special sign on your hand. You possess a very beautiful phoenix eye pattern on your thumb. This is a sign that you are a person of intelligence and deep vision. Combined with your rounded fingertips, this further highlights that you are someone who not only has creativity but also sophistication. With the personality of someone with vision and creativity, if you are placed in positions related to creative work, you will certainly perform very well. This also aligns with your love for freedom, as the lifeline on this hand shows that you constantly crave freedom. If you know how to take advantage of this, you can absolutely create great breakthroughs. However, you also need to pay attention to this area on your hand, as I mentioned earlier. This is a sign that financial upheavals are likely. If you are planning to invest or do business during the period from age 40 to 45, I honestly do not recommend it. There is a high possibility that you could encounter failure and financial losses. This is something you must be extremely cautious about. Your hand has quite a few vertical lines, which are called travel lines. People who possess these lines are often suited to jobs that require traveling a lot, working in independent roles, and even going abroad multiple times. Ideally, you should choose jobs far from your hometown and family to have better prospects. On this hand, your lifeline is very long, combined with clear bracelet lines on your wrist, which indicates that you have the potential to enjoy a long lifespan. Your overall health appears to be very good. However, there is one notable sign. Right at the beginning of the lifeline, there is a branch pointing outward. This is not a good sign, as it shows that your financial management has not been very stable. Between the ages of 30 and 40, you may experience significant financial losses. On this hand, there are not many signs related to illnesses. However, in the lower part of the hand, there is a triangle shape, which is also a negative sign associated with health and travel. In your lifetime, you may have to undergo surgery once, possibly due to an external cause such as a knife, tools, or an unexpected accident forcing you to have surgery. This is a concerning sign, and it tends to appear in the period after age 50, so you need to be especially cautious during that time. Additionally, on the headline in the middle area of your palm, there appears a triangle, and before that, there are similar signs. This shows that you have a tendency to accumulate wealth. This hand indicates that you own a fairly good level of assets, such as a spacious house, perhaps a 2-story house or more. You are someone with good earning ability, and your life is relatively comfortable. However, in the near future, your fortune shows signs of decline, and retaining your wealth will become one of the key issues you need to pay more attention to. Your hand has many very special features. First of all, the lines on your fingers run parallel to each other, forming a distinctive pattern. Hands with such parallel lines often indicate a person who is very open, practical, and straightforward in life. Thanks to these qualities, you are well liked by those around you. Your thumb is also quite long, which further shows that you are ambitious and eager to rise in your career. In particular, at the base of your little finger, there are chain-like patterns. This is a good sign, indicating that in your later years, you will receive support and help from your children. However, this hand also reveals that your life has many challenges. You must face considerable hardships, and at present, life seems to be burdening you with worries, torment, and even occasional fears. Your mind is currently under great pressure. Regarding marriage, although it cannot be confirmed with absolute certainty, these 2 fingers of yours are quite even, and the marriage line is in a very clear position without being cut or broken. Combined with the straight heart line, this indicates that your marriage is likely to be smooth. You will meet a wife who knows how to support and assist you in your work, career, and life. Your children later on also tend to develop well. With such a straight little finger, it usually signifies that in your later years, you will be cared for greatly by your children. At this stage, you need to strive to overcome difficulties. The mercury mount on your hand is quite developed, which indicates that new financial opportunities will continue to come. As long as you know how to seize them, you will certainly get through this challenging period. When examining both of your hands, the palm lines on your right hand are quite similar to those on your left. Notably, in the middle of your palm, there appears a fairly large cross. This cross warns about issues concerning wealth and finances. It is highly likely that you are currently tending to suffer financial losses. This could stem from investments or business ventures that lack a clear direction. Moreover, the loss lines running out toward the spaces between your fingers also indicate a risk of financial loss during this period. Therefore, it is best for you to manage your finances very tightly to minimize risks. However, there is a very fortunate sign. At the end of your heart line, it splits into 2 branches, forming a shape resembling a fishtail. This is a sign that you will have a favorable later life. Additionally, on the finger next to your index finger, at the Jupiter Mount area, there appear 2 parallel lines running upward. These 2 parallel lines show that you are someone with excellent organizational and management abilities. Even though you may be facing some upheavals at present, with your resilient willpower, you will certainly overcome them. From your lifeline, There is also a branch reaching upward, indicating that during this period, you are making preparations and your aspirations will progress well. Combined with the merit lines running parallel, this is a sign showing that you are always receiving protection and blessings from spiritual forces. On your palm, this area also has a line running upward, which signifies that you are intelligent, perceptive, and perfectionistic. Besides that, you also possess clear spiritual signs. This is a characteristic of someone with a sharp intuition and a strong sixth sense, often receiving inner guidance that helps them overcome difficulties. Therefore, trust your intuition, as it can lead you to success or help you navigate challenges in the near future. At the bottom of your hand, in this area, there appears a pattern resembling a rooftop, called the foundation line. People with this sign often have the potential to inherit assets from their family, either from their wife's family or their own family. This inheritance comes from older individuals and provides you with things that greatly benefit your life. Therefore, cherish these blessings, and if possible, take the time to engage in spiritual work and help others. In addition, on your hand, the Mars Mount area shows a very deep line called the merit line. Lines like this indicate that you are always protected and sheltered by powerful forces. When people around you have ill intentions or try to harm or affect you, karma will come to them very quickly. This is an extremely precious sign, but it also has two sides. People with this characteristic should focus on doing good deeds, developing their inner self, and healing abilities to help others. Your hand also shows a phoenix eye pattern on the thumb. This is a sign that represents a person who lives with a strong spiritual connection. When you accumulate enough life experiences, you will surely use those experiences to help, guide, and inspire others. Although your current life may be facing some difficulties, this is only temporary. You have the full ability to overcome them, and the future ahead will be very positive. As long as you maintain faith in positive and good things, you will certainly achieve success. On this hand, your fingers close together very neatly and beautifully. In particular, your ring finger has additional phalanges. This is a very special sign. People with hands that have multiple phalanges like this often value emotions, are highly devout, and deeply believe in the law of karma. They love others and come into this life to serve and contribute. Therefore, if you have creative abilities, freely express them. Do the things you feel align with your life and bring benefits to those around you. That will surely make your life much more meaningful. You are also someone who puts your whole heart and love into your work and relationships. For this reason, you will have a beautiful marriage, receive support from family, and help from your children. Regarding later life, this hand shows that you will encounter even more good fortune and blessings. Strive to overcome the current difficult and challenging stages. Your life seems to have been arranged in advance, and good things are certain to come. The above is the complete palm reading analysis for you. If you are watching this video, I wish you great success and fulfillment in life. Thank you very much.